A triple T like the beam. I'm a dog off my leash. This the motherfucking dog pound. If you ain't heard of me, I've been on the dog my campaign and go up on the rampage. Leave everybody laughing. You should probably go and tap in.
What it is, what it was, what it will be. What up, everybody? It's TripleT. I'm back again with another TripleT interview. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. It is Sunday. Don't forget, some of y'all got to go back to work tomorrow, like myself. But it is what it is. But until then, we're here, and we're going to make the best of it. Tonight, I got a very interesting person coming up on the panel to interview him. I got to meet him in North Carolina at the Soul of the South Festival. He's been on the panel before on the Rundown. You see his name below, you see his face above. I'm talking about none other than Jericho Stone. What up, Jericho?
What's up, y'all?
How you been, man?
I've been good, man. Just staying busy and staying at it, and just doing day-to-day life.
All right. Well, let me just say it was a pleasure meeting you in North Carolina.
You too, man.
You had a very dope session. But I got to ask, who was the female on stage with you?
No, that is Harley James. And, man, I tell everyone about her. So she goes to all my shows with me. She's been my friend since forever. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, a long, long time. And she's just a close friend of the family, and she goes to all the shows. She's on a lot of my songs as well, but I'm always telling people, like, y'all need to check her out because now she's doing her own stuff as well. She's phenomenal. Her voice is insane.
Yeah, she's got some vocals on her.
Yeah, man, just incredible all-around person in general, yeah.
That's dope. So you used to be a member of Outkast, correct?
I wish. Rehab. I wish.
Rehab. I'm sorry. Rehab.
Outkast is my favorite group. Yes, I wish.
That's right. It's one of your influences.
Yeah.
So in 2024, you got a song that was a Song of the Year contender, correct?
Yeah. So I write songs, and I have people that write with me, and we do we get together, or sometimes we write alone. We get together and we just write and do our thing and see what happens, and we go from there.
Okay, you're a Florida native.
Yeah,
you live in a farm outside of Nashville.
Yeah.
They say your sounds like hip hop, country, and gospel, and reggae pop. You got singles, Buck Wild, had 500,000 views in 2 days on Facebook.
Yeah.
Your influences were Outkast, Subliminal, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams Jr., Merle Haggard, Jerry Lee Lewis. Whoa, I would not expect that.
That's one of my favorite singers.
All right. You and Jason Coco did Bridges. Coco Bridges created Boondock Records.
Yeah, that's the autograph from Jerry Lee Lewis, by the way. But he passed away. But yeah. So me and Coco have a label called Boondock Records, and we really haven't pushed it. We just been doing our own. Like, we've been doing music under it, but we haven't. We're not signing people right now. We're really focused on the business aspect of it.
Okay.
Right now.
Your first song was Gator Nation.
Yeah.
On your solo release, it was played on FM radio, and you're doing one song a month this year, correct?
This year, I have failed at the one song a month just a little bit. I'm a little bit behind. I have been dropping consistently, but like it's due one. I took July off, and I'm getting ready to release one this month. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if someone were to never meet you, they just stumbled upon you for the very first time.
Yes.
What's the best way to describe yourself to that person?
I think naturally we look at people and judge people on a look, and I think if people look at me, they might assume something that's totally different than what I am, which is 90% of the time is I'm way off than what they thought. But if you put me, if you said, hey, this is Jericho is trying my best to follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, not always try my best to. I love music. Like I said, I love gospel, I love country, I love hip hop, I love reggae, and I like all kinds of music. You know, I was raised up on all kind of different forms of music, so I never want to be just put in some kind of bubble. You know what I mean? I just want to make music, and yeah, we live on outside of Nashville on a little farm, and I got 3 little kids, and love life, and man, just doing it, man.
When did you become a person of faith?
Um, that's a good question. So I don't know if some of you that are in here on this feed will know this group, but I was doing stuff with J-Bo from the group, the Young Bloods. Growing up, they're one of my favorite groups, and things just kind of wasn't working, and was going through a process. And one night we were shooting a video in Atlanta, Georgia, and we were at CeeLo Green's house. Shout out to CeeLo, and I just remember, like, I was looking at this and I knew the people that we were shooting the video with, their life and the way it lined up. And they have children. One of them was married, children, happily married. And the other one, wasn't divorced. But in the video, the dude was he was playing something he wasn't. And I remember, like, how impactful would it be if artists were just who they are in real life? You know what I mean? And I remember leaving there, and I had something else happen like few months down the road. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be fake. I just want to be me and who I am. And if other people do, that's cool. But I don't want to be. And it just kind of really changed my life. You know what I'm saying? And so I was living in an apartment in Nashville. I left the apartment. I started living in a van in a Walmart parking lot. And I was like, I'm going to go on tour. I'm going to do music. And I had put my music on Reverb Nation. I don't know if you know what that was, but
Yeah.
because nobody really looks at that. But some guy called me named Justin Carlton. He said, hey, I live in Punta Gorda, Florida. I'd love for you to come do a show. What do you charge? I said, free. I don't charge anything. I'll do it for free. And I never stopped touring since then. Like, it literally just, I've always been on the road or been doing music since that day. Pretty crazy. And I just started. I just wanted, man. My life was so much more peaceful with God in it, rather than not. And a lot of times people think like, oh, this person's a Christian. You got to watch what they say. You got to watch what you say around them. I don't ever want to be like that. I'm not a judge. I don't hold a gavel. I'm not. That's none of my business. Your life is your life. But I just know for me, it brought me a whole lot of peace. And um, yeah, it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Okay, well, since we're on this subject, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you worry a lot?
There are times now when I had children, I started to worry more. When I see things in the world that are going on, I tend not to worry because I've already read the newspaper. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I've read the book already. I know what's going to happen, and I see these things coming to pass, and I'm like, I know it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But there are times with my children that I worry. I think of scenarios that'll never happen. You know what I mean? Like crazy stuff. What if this person broke in our house? You know what I'm saying? Just crazy things that sometimes I worry about with children, but I think that's natural. But I try not to worry about anything and just pray about stuff that maybe would worry me.
The reason why I bring that up is because I'm gonna tell you a quick story about myself. So in 2009, I retired from the military on February 28th.
Okay.
On March 1st, 2009 to December 1st, 2010, for some strange, odd reason, I don't know why, but I became the biggest worrywart in the world. For
Yeah.
21 months, I worried about every little minute thing in my life. The biggest thing I worried about was dying in my sleep.
Mhm.
Now, I've been to combat 4 times, I can't tell you how many firefights have been blown up umpteen times. Every time that I was deployed, I never feared death, never thought about death, never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
But the moment I retired, that's all I thought about. And for the last 9 months, I would literally stay up 2, 3 days at a time for fear of going to sleep. And I would throw up every night before I went to bed.
Really?
Yeah. On December 1st, 2010 was a changing point in my life. And this is what happened. I was sitting on my front porch, smoking a cigarette, drinking a cup of coffee, getting ready to go to work. And I had this app on my phone that would send me random messages, little
Yeah.
tidbits like you can only find this flower in this part of the country, or this tree would only grow in this type of terrain. It's just random stuff.
Yeah.
It sent me 3 messages, and all 3 messages were tied together.
Wow.
The first message said, there are 763,363 words in the King James Bible. There's one word that's not in there. You know what that word is?
What is it?
Worry. Because it said, God says, give me all your troubles and I'll bear them for you.
Yeah.
I said, okay. Then the next message it sent me was the most easiest passage to remember in the Bible is Mark 11:22. 4 simple words.
Yeah.
Have faith in God.
Yeah.
I said, all right. Now, growing up, my grandmother was my Sunday school teacher.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she used to tell me all the time that God speaks to us every day. We just got to be willing to hear or see his message.
Yeah.
Right. Then it sent me the third message. And when I got this third message, I literally fell to the floor. It said, when a person worries, what you're doing is you're allowing the devil to get in your mind and question your faith to God. I said, whoa, that's deep.
Yeah.
I said, so you must be talking to me, big guy. You sure you want my problems? Because I got a lot of them. I'm a basket case.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll take the leap of faith. And I did. And I can promise you, hand to God, I haven't worried about a single thing since.
That's incredible, dude.
I don't worry about money.
Yeah.
I don't worry about my health. I didn't worry about COVID. I didn't take any vaccines.
Yeah.
I
I'm with you on
literally
that one.
worry about nothing. So I literally live a carefree world.
Yeah.
Because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
The day we were born and the day we die, that's already been written in stone. We just got to make sure we're prepared for it.
That's right.
So I don't worry about anything.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to my kids, I don't worry about them.
Yeah.
Because everything's up to God.
Right.
So the moral of the story is don't ever worry.
Don't worry. Be happy.
That's it.
Yeah.
Which was a fire song back in the day.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes,
Okay.
it was.
So have you done tours in the past? A lot of
Yes.
tours? Who'd
Yes.
you do tours with?
Puddle of Mud, Rehab, Saliva, you name it, and we did it with them. You know
Now,
what I mean?
Demon Jones was in rehab at one time, correct?
So Demon Jones, yeah, a lot of people don't know that because Jones did so well at when that time was up. You know what I mean? He was gone. If you watch his show, look at his merch table, that dude, he is a businessman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's very intelligent. He don't waste time in the past. He's moving forward. And so, yeah, so he went on and really me and Danny's thing, the rehab was it. That was supposed to be it. And we were going to do a project together. And we went to Nashville and we showed the distribution people some of our songs. And they said, hey, if you call this rehab, we can give you some money. You know what I mean? To get this thing rolling. And so Danny's like, do you mind? I said, I don't mind at all. I said, let's, do it. And that's what happened. And which it was a blessing, you know what I'm saying? It was good. And yeah, man, it's crazy. I tell people all the time that because obviously at this time in life, rehab's not as big as they were, just the way it's just the way it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And but it is for artists. If you're on here listening, it is a long ride to the top, but I promise it's a short ride to the bottom. I'm not saying Rehab's at the bottom. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of bands that were here and they forget how to treat people, and then they're down at the bottom before you can blink an eye. And the bands they treated like trash on tour are the ones they're trying to open up for now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's just the way it is. It's always going to be like that. And but being on the road with Rehab and Danny it's such a blessing, man, because Danny taught me so much, and I wish you could get him on here one day and pick his brain, dude. Like he really is to me the all exclusive package of an artist. You know what I'm saying? He can rap, he can sing, he could rap. He circles around people. He can. It's just amazing what he can do. And there's some crazy stories about Danny, but such a talented dude, and always was so humble. Like really, still to this day, doesn't know how to take a compliment. You know what I mean? He's just like, oh yeah, thank you, man. You know, he just don't because that's just not him. He's just a regular guy. And so being around him and learning and you know just being humble about everything, that's always been a blessing.
Heck yeah. So do you have plans for tours in the future?
Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm going to go out with Moccasin Creek some in October, starting in October. And
Jeff is a funny dude.
he, he is, bro. And he's cool, man. But actually, I've been talking to him a lot lately. But yeah, I'm just going to keep putting out music and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? You never really know. You know, you might have this song that you think is going to be it, and then you do this song to hold off for this one, and then this song ends up being it, and nobody likes this one. So
Right.
you put out music and you hope for the best, and you know, your boys New Breed and Jesse Howard, they probably had. I don't think they could have dreamed that song would have done what it did. That's. I don't think they would have. I really don't think when they wrote that they were like, man, this is going to do this many million on YouTube.
Well, they knew it was going to be a big song, but I don't think they were prepared that it was going to be as big as it was.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's you do songs and you hope people like them, and you hope that it catches you know, fire, and you hope that it does well. But sometimes songs that, for instance, I don't know if any people on here have ever listened to Rehab albums. You know, he's had Sitting at a Bar and all these amazing songs. He's got a song called Bump. That's a very weird song, right? And Elton John got a hold of him and said that's his favorite song.
Really?
Yeah. A song that you would never think Elton John listened to. And he loved it and had Danny come over to his house and eat and stuff. So it's like you never know what people are going to like, and things that you think people are like, they might not like it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that Welcome to My House is actually, that song was about New Breed's youngest daughter, Nova.
Oh, wow.
That was the whole point of it, because when they wrote it, you know, the pandemic was going on in 2020, and they were sitting around one night thinking, you know, the country's on lockdown, man, and they were watching the news talking about, I think it was in Chicago or maybe Los Angeles, there were a lot of break-ins because, you know, people were locked up and the crime rate was going up.
Yeah.
And New Breed was like, man, I pity the fool if somebody would try to break in my house.
Right.
And that's how it all started there. And they just started writing it within 45 minutes. They did it on a Saturday morning. They took a break and they drove, because they were at Hampshire, and they drove into town to get Hardee's. And there's a part of the song goes, something Lord. And they were trying to find a transitioning, and they used My Lord, that's what it was, or something like that. Oh my Lord, I think it is. And that's what helped it take it into the rap verse.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but when they posted it, when they uploaded on December 1st, 2020, and it went number one in 3 weeks. It was on the number one chart for 3 weeks before they even knew it.
That's great.
Yeah. And then once they found out, then it
Yeah.
just kept growing and growing and growing. And it's still growing. All right.
JoJo, shout out to you for saying that. I wonder what song it was. Maybe all of them. I don't know.
Rehab got me through a very violent situation. I was Sparkle City, South Carolina, 14 years ago. I couldn't survive without the good music and great artists. That's dope. All right. So if you never did music, if you were not an artist, what do you think you would have picked as a career?
As a career, I don't. Well, I do. I have a pressure washing business that I started. I like doing it, but I would have done. I mean, I still do. I think our lives, once you know God, is a ministry. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I would probably live in a jungle somewhere uh, with my family, and
Now, aren't you a youth pastor?
I was. I'm not any longer. No,
Okay.
nothing bad. It's just I felt like that. I had phased out of that. You know what I mean?
Got you. Now, do you consider yourself a country rapper? And if, why or why not?
Um, I don't really know. I mean, I love traditional country music like Waylon and Merle, and I still my granddad used to be a DJ for a radio station, and I can remember that he would I can remember listening to the radio as a kid, and he would say, "Next up is for my grandson," and he'd play Johnny Cash, and so I've always loved that. But then I grew out of that at a time, and I got into alternative rock, and Green Day, Smashing Pumpkins, all this, and then. But I'll never forget how much hip hop affected me when I was at a tire shop with my grandpa, waiting on a tire, and they were playing BT or MTV, and Outkast Southern Playalistic came on, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And it was a rap. I was like, dude, whatever that is, I want whatever that is. And so yeah, man, I love all kind of music, and I think I would have probably been a good manager for artists because after being on the road with Rehab, I had to do that for us while I was out on the road, and you learn and learn how to deal with people and talk with people and things like that. And I think it's important that artists have one artist, group, single artist. You have one person that believes in you, not believes in everybody else, believes in you. They're going to take you to the next level. I think it's important for people to have that person in their life. You know what I mean? Whether it's whatever you do, sing, rap, whatever.
Most definitely. And no matter what, always keep your circle small
Yes,
because there are a lot of snakes in this independent game or music, period.
dude. I say this all the time. This is a great analogy that I came up with. I think because I was in the Christian industry for a while, and I wish I'd have never. I always say it's nice when you're looking outside of this house, right? And let's say country rap. Everybody lives in this country rap house, and you're looking in the window. You're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Look who's over there. They're playing video games. They're cooking. This is amazing. And then you get invited to the house, and you're like, this house is crazy. This house is not what I thought it was. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like a family. When you were growing up, you thought your friend's family had the perfect parents, and you go to their house and they're drunk late at night, beating the crap out of each other. You're like, whoa, my house was not so bad.
Yeah.
And so I always tell people, enjoy the view from the window, enjoy it. Just imagine what you want it to be, enjoy it and have fun. But the same way with the Christian industry, it was pretty insane. Um, Jericho handed me the mic at the Rehab concert in Junk. That's pretty cool, man. Dude, I loved when I was out with Rehab, man, just having so much fun and letting everybody sing and just that's one of my favorite things, like having fun out there
RJ
on
Moose,
the
he's an artist.
road. Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Lord have mercy. That was the word, the verse in the song.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Victoria. Jojo says Christianity has been such a disappointment. Are you talking about Christianity music?
Or in general. Oh, we're about to get into
a deep discussion there.
Yeah.
Now you got 3 kids, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So how have they changed you as a person and as an artist?
So going back to my faith in God, I used to, when I was younger, I'd read the Bible, right? And I didn't have children. And I'm like, not like I never questioned God, but I'm like, God, like, why didn't you go to the cross? Because that would be way worse than sending your son. But after I had a child, there would be nothing worse than your child. You know what I'm saying? That hurts way worse than you.
Right.
Like you would, if there was a truck coming and your child was in the road, you wouldn't even think about it. You would push them out of the way and stand in the road to get hit. Like you would do anything for your children. So having my children, I was like, I thought I really knew what love was until I had my children, and then I understood what love was. I had some kind of form of love, but never the whole like grasp of love until I had children.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
Okay. How have they changed you as an artist?
They're funny, man. I got an 8-year-old, and he's my dude. I put music on, and I just watch him in the rearview mirror and just see how if he's looking out the window, that means he's thinking about the lyrics. He's a thinker. If he's just kind of it's a fun song, and then we talk about it afterwards. And I've always, for the most part, I keep my music clean because I want parents to be able to listen to music that's good, like good quality music, and not have to worry about kids. I'll listen to the song later when my kids aren't around, because it is possible to do it. You can make good music and not cuss every few seconds in your song. It's very feasible to do, and that's what I've always done. And but I just like getting their opinions. And my middle son, he'll tell me like it is. He'll be like, yeah, that's all right, Dad, that's good. If it's not good, he'll say. He's not scared to give his opinion, which is hilarious.
Have you ever heard of an artist by the name of Tyson Gray?
Yes.
Or Tyson James, I mean.
Well, there is a Tyson Gray, but yeah. Tyson James. Yeah.
I interviewed him 3 years ago when he was coming up. He is a Christian, and he doesn't curse, and he makes some fire music.
Yeah.
And he can spit too. I mean, he is like a rapper.
Right. Yeah. And I think sometimes like Danny used to say, he's like, bro, sometimes I just don't know what else to say. And I don't think, me personally, other people might disagree, I don't think cuss words are sending people to hell. I just don't. But it's just something I don't want, what I'm saying, around my house.
Right.
For my
I understand that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Let me see. So what can Jericho Stone's fan expect from you in the future when it comes to your music?
If you go through and listen to my catalog, and I'm trying to get the Jericho stuff moved over to the Jericho Stone, because I still have music over there that we're trying to get moved over from Redneck Nation over there. But it's a little bit of it's literally no song I don't think will sound the same. I don't think you'll be like, oh, okay, here goes another Jericho song. And I'm trying to say, let me say this in the nicest way I can say this, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm not knocking him. I don't want the Hangover gang after me or nothing like that. But I can listen to Tom McDonald's song. You know what I mean? Like the one you missed. I thought it was incredible.
I did too.
I can't listen to an album of his.
No, I can't either.
It's just repetitious. You know what I mean? But at the same time, look at his numbers, look at mine. Way more, you know what I'm saying? He's very intelligent, very smart. But I don't ever want to listen to someone's album where it's like, okay, I know he's going to rhyme like this. I know he's going to say. So all my music is the same. All my music is different, not the same. And you never know what you'll get. The next song might be totally different than the other. And I've always labels were always telling me to quit doing that, but I'm like, I just want to make music, whatever I hear and whatever I feel that day. There's days where I'm in a bad mood or I'm feeling down, and I'll play George Jones, and I get more down. I get more down, but like I just want to cry and feel bad for myself for a little bit. But there's days where I don't want to listen to that. I'm like, I'm in a good mood. I want to listen to Hank, or I want to listen to Sublime or Outkast. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think you'll just get a little bit of everything, and you'll get some serious topics, some fun topics, some everyday topics. You know.
Now you did a song 2 years ago called Fonty. Is that how you pronounce it?
Fonty, yes.
Yeah. How did you come up writing that song, and what's the purpose of the meaning behind it?
Okay, so there's actually a guy that's a huge rehab fan named Fonty, James Fonty. And Fonty struggles with depression and anxiety, okay? And then I had another friend named Eric, and Eric served in the military. And we hired Eric to go on the road with us to be our merch person. And like the first 2 shows, he had an anxiety attack. He just couldn't handle it, you know what I mean? And I said, all right, dude, let's get you home and everything's good. And I realized, because he'd been telling me, he's like, man, I'm not the same. I'm not the same. I'm like, yeah, you are, bro. Just come on, dude. You know what I mean? And I realized that he wasn't the same. You know what I mean? It affected him in a different way. And I think it really taught me that just because I think I know something about someone, I may not know. And so I wrote that song, Fonty, for both of those people, and anyone that served in the military and comes home, and it's just, they have nowhere to go. And they're like, I've been like that in a way. Like I've been home, but I'm like alone. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like my mind is a different place, and they come home and they have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to talk. In the military, you're taught you're an animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're like, I still got to be this animal. There's no way to. It's very hard. I mean, this when you come home, you're like,
oh yeah,
and I used to, for an example, and not to even compare this, but when we would be on tours, it'd be like, all right, when you get home, get ready, because you're going to be depressed because you're not doing shows every day. Your life is about to change, even though you're with family. But imagine being in the military, which you were for years, and you come home and you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
Where is this? What do I do? And you feel like if you're not out doing something. So I wrote Fonty for that reason. And then the hook, I wish people would have understood. Like I wrote the hook. You ever, you're about to cry and you can't really talk. You're just like, yeah, man, I'm good, dude. I'm good. So I tried to sing the hook like it was at that point. And I think people didn't really realize that. And they're like, yeah, you should have had somebody else sing the hook. I'm like, no, I wanted it to sound just like that. Like I was breaking down and I was trying to hold it in. And that was the purpose of it. And sometimes with music, you try to artistically paint things. It doesn't work out always. But that is one song I'm so proud of. And regardless if people understand the hook or not, I'm in it for that. I know that. And I think the words of that song are powerful, and I hope it helps people,
Well, we're going to check it out real quick. All right, folks. We got Jericho and Fonty. Let's get it.
Sometimes I feel like I'm all alone. I got a house full of people, but nobody's home. I weep like a willow with them tears on my pillow at an all-time low, trying to keep my sin on the down low. But I declined faster. My heart was in a whirlwind, natural disaster. It's hard to put on a pretty smile with all these crooked teeth. I guess that's why they call it good grief. I don't know about you or anyone else. Sometimes I really just hate myself. In a room full of people, out to myself, screaming out for someone's help. So many mistakes, some
Sometimes I do some things that really take the cake. No birthday, I do it in the worst way, true. My favorite color's red, but all I see is blue skies, covered in gray clouds, and all I ever really wanna do is make it out. Now, I don't know if it'll happen, but trust me, so many tears behind us laughing. I don't know about you or anyone else. Sometimes I really just hate myself. In a room full of people, out to myself, screaming out for someone's help. And not to mention, my family thinks I'm doing this for attention. Please, there's a million other ways I could get it. I wish y'all could see the bigger picture clearer than it's ever been before. Polaroid, and in my head I'm paranoid. Maybe they talking about me, maybe they ain't. But I can't help that. What I can say is, God over everything, say a prayer for me. I don't know about you or anyone else. Sometimes I really just hate myself. In a room full of people, out to myself, screaming out for someone's help. I don't know about you or anyone else. Sometimes I really just hate myself. In a room full of people, out to myself, screaming out for someone's help.
That makes so much perfect sense now when you explain the hook, because at the show, you didn't sound like that.
Yeah.
I listened to this song earlier today and I was like, I was hung up on the hook. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But now that you explain it, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I appreciate it, man.
It's got a very, very powerful message to it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those songs that I call timeless classic music. It's something that you can always play 10 years from now and it'll fit the times.
Right. Yeah. It's probably the one, like, because sometimes I go to shows and I open for people. People have no idea. And then they hear that song, and that's always kind of the one that kind of grabs, you know what I'm saying? And then it's, on from there.
It makes perfect sense now.
Yeah.
So whenever y'all hear the song Fonty, don't be daggone ragging Jericho about it. Now you know the true meaning behind it.
I can sing. I did that on purpose.
He can sing. He's got some pipes. Now, you also did a song called High on Hank.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny in the beginning when you got pulled over by the cops.
Yeah.
But I got to ask a question. He said, "Are you on anything?" And what did you say?
On a little Ozempic.
What does that mean?
Ozempic's like this weight loss shot that like all the celebrities.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, what was your reason for writing that song?
Oh man, I used to get pulled over, and just the way I look, you know what I'm saying? Like they would be like, oh, they were like foaming at the mouth. They thought they done got a new drug bust, and they were like, this dude don't have nothing. And they're like, hey man, if you just show us like just a little bit, you're good to go. I'm like, bro, like I don't have nothing, man. Like I don't. I was like, I'm just sitting here listening to music. And so I was like, that was the idea of the song. Like, I'm just high on Hank. I'm rolling with Jones. You know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling. But like, so on High on Hank, every line to that song is a traditional country song. I don't know, like if people caught that, except for like one line, but every part of that is a line to a song. And yeah, we wrote that, and we were just, it was fun, man. It's one of my favorites.
All right. Well, we're going to check that one out. Now, did you intentionally make the video try to look like body cam?
Yeah. I was like, how can we do this video on a budget but make it look good? And I thought it was awesome the way it turned out.
It was.
Yeah.
It was definitely a different look for a music video. It was definitely a original idea. I'll give you that. And it's a dope song. So here's Jericho, High on Hank. Now that you know what he meant when he asked, "What are you on?" You'll see what I'm talking about if you haven't seen it. Let's get it.
Sir, roll down your window, please.
Hold on. Sorry, I had my seatbelt on. I took it off.
That's good. Hey, do you know why I pulled you over?
No.
All right, you were swerving, okay?
Where?
Back there you were. Back there you were. Hey, do you mind if you take those glasses off for me, please, sir?
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, look at me. So, hey, have you been doing any drugs or anything illegal tonight?
A little Ozempic, but that was on Monday.
Ozempic. That's funny. That's funny. You're a funny guy. All right, do me a favor. Give me your license and registration, please.
Let's see.
This is your favorite country radio station, playing the greatest. Me? Oh, me? I'm just Jericho Stool.
Well, bottle let me down a time or two. And I got wasted on that slow down blues. Storms ain't meant to last, they meant to blow on through. I remember those days used to live for the night. I was hell on wheels and my mama tried, but I crossed my heart. I'm on a natural high. No officer, this ain't my first time. Drunk on some Johnny Cash. Now I can't walk this line. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm rolling with Jones. Now I need some Hager just to sing me back home. No officer. Come on, officer. No officer. Truck wheels on a gravel road. I'm just a rambling man who threw away the roses. Wide open spaces. Everywhere that I go. Can't you just let me move along? Don't be the one who does me wrong. I wanna listen to my favorite songs. No officer, this ain't my first time. Drunk on some Johnny Cash. Now I can't walk this line. Yeah, I'm on Hank. I'm rolling with Jones. Now I need some Hager just to sing me back home. No officer, this ain't my first time. Drunk on some Johnny Cash. Now I can't walk this line. Yeah, I'm on Hank. I'm rolling with Jones. Now I need some Hager just to sing me back home. No officer. Come on, officer.
I bet. Was it a real cop?
No. It's the thing was actually a back scratcher. He was using
That's what I'm talking about. Ingenuity at its finest.
Yeah, I was like, man, we gotta find a pen or something. Dude, we laughed so because everybody was driving by while we were doing that. I was like, dude, like having to stop and like it was so because they're like, I live in a real so that's funny.
Did you shoot that like as the sun was coming up?
Yeah, that's the problem. So like I tried to shoot it right when the sun was coming up, but then by the time we got done, it was completely dark. So we had to keep shooting it different days to make it like, the light be perfect for it.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah.
High on Hank. So what was the one line in the song that's not different country songs?
I use the Dixie Chick songs where it's like wide open spaces, but I'm not a big Dixie Chicks fan, but it just fit for the time.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do to make it work.
Yeah.
Now, one of your biggest songs was Ric Flair's.
Yeah, that one did pretty good. Dude, so that's the thing with my my moral thing. I could have made that like a real nasty video, and it had done like huge. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, and it felt like it should have been. But I was like, man, it's just not me. And me and Hard Target was talking about it. He's like, bro, if you'd had girls in that video, it would have like went viral. I was like, I know, dude. It's just not me. He's like, no, I know. I was like, yeah. I don't even like really doing that at shows because the lyrics, if people don't understand about the song, it's like I don't even want them to think that's like I'm egotistical. You know what I mean? Like that.
What's the one song that you did with TJ Freaks where you got real sick?
That's called Death by Denial. Death X Denial.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you caught what from it?
Salmonella from the alligators.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I got real sick. Like,
what, from the dirty water?
Yeah. So I didn't understand all that, like how that, works. And the guy, I love the dude that let me do all that, but he didn't say, hey, bro, you don't want to be, touching your mouth, just, you got to constantly wash your hands. And I mean, that's common sense, I guess, now that I think about it. But I was in that water for hours as well. So that didn't help anything either,
How long were you sick for?
It blew my bowels out for like two days.
Really?
Dude, like bad, dude. Like, yeah, like we left from there, the shoot, stopped and got something to eat. And afterwards, I was like, "Do anybody feel weird?" And they're like, "No." I was like, "Really?" And they're like, "No." And then I ended up finding out I had salmonella poisoning, but it was cool, man. Like that guy wants me to come back and shoot another video there, and I want to. I just gotta, I want to do the right thing, right video for it again.
I feel you on that. All right. So do you have any new projects that are coming out?
Yeah, I've got a lot of new songs. I just finished a new song, and I actually just finished 2 new songs, and they're night and day difference. One's like a feel good, just a fun vibe song, talking about tired of working, just need a break, you know what I'm saying? Vacation. And the other one's talking about kind of about how my life was changing and I accepted God and all that. So it's pretty cool.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you feel like because you are a Christian and you're public about it, you're open about it, do you feel like artists kind of like steer away from you because of that?
Yeah, I do. I think people, or they're like, you can't talk about that, or they feel like I don't want to get labeled that because, first of all, for some people, it turns them off immediately, right? If you get, and I'm not a Christian artist. I've been around enough of those. I don't even, I'm not going to get into that whole thing, but it's just like some country artists that pretend to be country or not country. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Christian artists that are doing this money grab. I had this like, I always felt guilty, I guess. Like, I'm like, am I really doing this for God, or am I doing this for myself? You know what I'm saying? And when I was with Dream, or I'm not going to use the first name. When I was with Capitol and that other label, they didn't care. They didn't care about God. They cared about how much money you were making at shows and how much merch you were selling, CDs, all that stuff. So it was just a weird thing. And I was like, it just taught me that I guess business is business, but it convicted me, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, even like today, I watch Christian artists that I know, and we've had talks of how they feel, but they're still out there pandering because they need money rather than being honest, and that's it's a weird feeling, and I don't like that. But people are going to label you how they want to label you. You know what I mean? And but that's hurt me at festivals and stuff. I know for sure because they were like, well, we don't know how a Christian artist would do, and I'm like, I'm not a Christian artist. You know what I'm saying? I make music, and they're like, yeah, but this is a country festival. We don't know how you would do here. And I'm like, like that's aggravating, to be honest.
Hey, you know who Mises is, correct?
Yeah.
So he gets put in that category as being a Christian rapper or a political rapper.
Yeah.
I believe his numbers should be way bigger than what they are, but I think the reason why his numbers aren't because people know that he is a Christian. He talks openly about it. A lot of artists don't want to be associated with him because they feel like it's going to hurt their imagery or their numbers, so they stay away from him.
Yeah.
And I think that's sad. Me personally.
No, it is, man. It's a really weird. It's weird, man. I don't know why people are like that. It's just like if what's up, Dub? And it's just like if someone was, I don't know what it is with that. Like I don't really know, and I think that yeah, I don't know what to say really about that. It's weird. It's bizarre.
Have you ever heard of an artist by the name of Trey Healey?
No, I haven't.
He lives in Tennessee.
Okay.
He's a Christian, and he's a country singer. Man, you two would make fire music together.
Yeah, I'm gonna write his name down. Hey, real quick, there, Uncle Dub's in here. So when Uncle Dub first got out of prison, he opened for rehab, and we were in Indiana, I think. And dude, all he had was either a phone or a computer. I think he had a laptop, and he killed it, bro. And he don't, man. Dub did his thing out there, man. He did his thing, bro. I'll never forget about that. Me and Danny talk about that often. That he went out there. You know, everybody had full bands and all that. And he went out there with a laptop and did his thing.
Yeah, he opened for Outlaw Nation last night in Missouri.
Oh, did he?
And killed it.
Yeah, people. That's another thing, man. And I'm not, but people might look at Dub and people judge people in the way they look, and it's like, no, well, go watch his show and you'll see something different than what you think you're going to see. That's why I try to when we were out with rehab, and I always went out to the crowd and watched the opening acts because you can always learn something from people. You know what I'm saying? Like always. People that may not have a band, they have to interact with the crowd more, which is you learn something from that. You know what I mean? And I've always enjoyed watching the opening acts because obviously I am one now, and you learn a lot from people, and you learn a lot from the closers too.
Uncle Dub was live this morning on YouTube, and I got into his live and I was listening to him talk. He said Jesse Howard came up to him and said, you know, Uncle Dub, if somebody would have told me 4 or 5 years ago that you'd have turned your life around, he said, I'd have bet against you.
Yeah.
And he says, but what did you do? He said, I got clean.
Yeah.
And now I'm focusing on the music. I'm focusing on my craft. And I'm not going to stop focusing on it.
Yeah.
And he said the reason why he got clean because his dad got cancer and his mom got cancer. And as an addict, he realized he wouldn't be able to take care of them. So he forced himself to get clean to take care of his parents. So shout out to Uncle Dub.
Uncle Dub, man. Yeah, dude. He's I'm glad he's not doing the maybe I don't know, I haven't seen this stuff. I'm glad he's not getting arrested doing the Joker thing anymore.
No, he ain't doing that.
Yeah,
he ain't doing
that. And Dub, let me tell y'all, he can outdance on stage just about anybody. So don't get it confused looking at him. He'll
exactly.
push you down.
Well, let me ask you this: do you mind if I play you this Trey Healey? Because
no, I'd love to hear it. Yeah,
I think that you and him,
please,
because he lives close by you.
Yeah.
Now he kind of looks like the Undertaker, and he's got a.
I know exactly. You can play it. I know exactly what you're talking about now. When you said the Undertaker, I know exactly. But play the song, yes.
Hey, do you know his backstory though?
No.
So he retired as a real estate guy at the age of 24.
Wow.
He started real estate at the age of 21, and he couldn't read or write.
Wow.
And he became the biggest realtor in the state of Tennessee. And as the law says, as a realtor, you can't read the contracts to your clients.
Yeah.
That was his workaround because he didn't know how to read or write. So he wasn't breaking the law.
Right.
Made a ton of money anyway. Now he's doing dog grooming, donates all his money that he makes off that to veterans and dog shelters, and he just lives off of what he made out of realty. But he is an artist. This song is called "Heaven Feels Too High."
All right.
Wait a minute. I gotta mute it. Give me 1 second. Here, there. All right, here we go.
We've all been down this road before. The devil runs our lives. Too many drinks we have to pour. Oh, the whiskey, beer, and wine. Lord, give me a sign. This I pray tonight. 'Cause I can fall in bed with my hand on my head, praying. But heaven feels too high. Heaven feels. But heaven feels too high. Heaven feels. Let me guess. What if I cut my hair? Said Jesus everywhere. Covered my tattoo, a statue so little kids don't stare. Maybe not wear my boots. Maybe forget my roots. But I still pray to God and salute the red, white, and blue. Does it mean I'm less of a man? Does it mean y'all think I'm trashy with my tatted up hands? Does it mean that I'm different? Does it mean I love less? Does it mean that I'm crazy when I say God is pounding in my chest? No! Lord, forgive me for my sins and I'll tell you no lies. Keep hearing in my head, heaven feels too high. I may not look the part, but you know who I am. But I pray that I won't be a better man. Heaven feels. But heaven feels too high. Heaven feels. Heaven feels too high. Left this world all alone. Y'all start to cry, don't know why until you hear the song. Maybe you'll pray for me. Maybe you'll start to see that hate is just hate. And I feel a little hate when you look at me. Say, looks can be deceiving as hell, and I may not go to heaven, but how can y'all tell? Is it cause I blast Hank, Waylon, and church? You think I don't live my life by every single Bible verse? No! Lord, forgive me for my sins and I'll tell you no lies. Keep hearing in my head, heaven feels too high. I may not look the part, but you know who I am. But I pray that I won't be a better man. But heaven feels too high.
What'd you think of that?
Yeah, he's fired, dude. Yeah.
I can picture you two on a verse together. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. I need to reach out to him.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, it's just
Yeah, that was dope.
So when you were coming up as an artist, did you deal with any type of addictions or anything?
No, so my wife is a former addict. And my mom has a program in Florida called Lydia's House for women coming out of addiction. and it's a year-long program. It's free. So if anyone here in the chat, by all means, it's free. It's called Lydia's House, and but it's a year program. My wife came out of that, and I met her after she graduated, and we just became friends, and we ended up getting married. But yeah, I never had look, I never had a substance abuse, okay? Because I feel like I can make myself look better by saying I didn't have addictions. We've all had addictions, you know what I'm saying? But not substance abuse. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But being an artist and being at a lot of shows, you've seen a lot of people doing things and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, bro. You see people, yeah, and then you get offered a lot of stuff, and like if you just tell people no, they were cool with it. I never had anyone like really try to push me to do anything, and but I know seeing like friends do stuff that in the past, like I'm talking about hard drugs, like bro, like it's literally to me like it's heartbreaking, dude, to see someone because like bro, there's no good outcome to this. You know what I mean? And it's like at the time though, people are in addiction. I found out that when you're really trying to talk to them and wake them up, you can't. It's impossible, bro. Like if their children won't wake them up during addiction, you're not going to. But eventually they'll get tired of it, bro. And eventually they'll be ready for that. But in the sweet spot of it, bro, they're consumed with it.
When you were in North Carolina at the Soul South Festival, what did you think when Adam Calhoun called all the artists up on the stage?
Uh, that night when I drove home, to be honest, I got a little teary eyed, bro, because man, it is like so. This is not a woe is me story, okay? I want to just say this real quick because everyone's got their own things they're going through. I literally, so I'm in the band rehab, right? I drop off. I'm like, I'm gonna do my own thing, and my money goes from this to this. You know what I'm saying? And to get to that festival, bro, I had to. So in Nashville, we have rehearsal spots, right, where you get your band together and you rehearse. I had no money to do that, bro. I had to pressure wash this guy's house to rehearse for my band to get there. Okay. So, and I'm not, like I said, I know artists made sacrifice, and I'm just one of the artists. I'm just telling my story. So I get there, and my air quit working in my truck, like just crazy stuff, right? And you feel so like you're like, God, like, is this worth it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I doing what I'm called to do? Am I making the right sacrifices? And we all think that at times, no matter what level you're on. And so I done Thursday night and Friday night. I had a show somewhere else. And I came back Saturday, and you never know, bro, how artists. Like I said, you're outside the window. It looks like everybody's this big happy house, but Saturday was a big happy house, and I'm glad I walked into the house on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And for Adam to do that, um, I've never seen that happen before, and I've been on a lot of tours and a lot of things like that. For Adam to happen that, um, to do that, I know it meant a lot for other artists, and I was more happy for people like Target and Simple Man and people that get looked over that their talent is on another level. And um, I'm kind of the same. Like I'm the kind of person you talk about me, it's whatever. You talk bad about friends, I get upset, or family. You know what I'm saying? And I think men are like that. So to see him call Target on stage was really cool, bro. And the other artists too, but and Chad Arms and people that just I felt like, man, they deserve that. No other artist would have done that, and that really, woo, gives me a little. And so yeah.
Yeah, it was very inspiring. So
Oh, for sure.
there, because you got all the beef that's going on in the independent lane, and to see somebody at that level recognize or giving flowers to the other artists, like you said, it's unheard of, and for him to do it, it was inspiring.
Bro, I've seen on tour the headliners sound check, and make sure that their sound people screw the opening artist's sound up. If the open artist was killing it in sound check, I promise you, I've seen it. Them tell them to screw up their sound on purpose to screw up the opening artist.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's so much jealousy, and for him to do that, bro, was just really cool, man, and it was needed. And everyone I talked to, all the artists I talked to, they're like, bro, I needed Saturday night so much. It was like, it was no competition. Everybody was rooting for everybody. Everybody was happy. And Thursday, I'm sure, dude, Thursday was so hot, bro. I couldn't even think straight, dude. Thursday, bro.
Well, I mean, to be quite honest, Jericho, you did walk out there in long sleeves. I mean, you were dressed like you were about to go in the Rocky Mountains during the month of December.
Bro, it was so hot, dude, Thursday. But yeah, just Saturday, bro. I was like, man, this is what I love music for, and this is like happy because one day down the road, one of those artists that was brought on stage, Adam might be opening for them one night. You never know whose song is going to blow up. You never know. The very artist that opened that maybe nobody even really knew that night, his song tomorrow could be the #1 song in America, and everybody else is going to open him at the next festival. It happens, bro. So that's why it's important you treat people with respect, and that was the ultimate flowers, I feel like. And dude, I needed Saturday, bro. Like, nobody knows. I talked to Target about it and Simple Man a little bit, but I said, man, I needed Saturday more than I needed Thursday, to be honest with you. Like, I needed Saturday. So, yeah, it was awesome.
Kind of like almost re-energizes your tank.
Bro, it was like real good. And I didn't want to, like, I mean, I know Adam and all that, and I didn't want to be like, hit him up about it a bunch or nothing, but I don't know if he'll really understand what that did for us. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think he does.
Yeah.
I think he does. Did you, when you were at the festival, did you talk to any artists to do any collabs?
No, dude. So like, it's weird, bro. I'm very I got this thing where I'm always feel like it's weird, dude. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm always bothering somebody in a way. Like, I got this weird. It's just something I've had since childhood.
You don't like asking.
I do not like asking for any. I hate it. I hate asking. Although I did ask a bigger artist the other day if they would play a part in this video. I didn't ask them for a verse. I just asked them for a part in this video. I don't know if it'll happen or not. But yeah, I hate asking. But I don't feel that way. Like, when people ask me stuff, it don't bother me. So I'm like, I don't know why I feel that way, bro. I just always have. I mean, yeah, it's weird.
Well, Jericho, I will say this: don't let your pride get in the way of your success.
And maybe that's what it is pride or insecurity, dude. You know what I'm saying? If I'm being real, I don't know which one it is, but I know that Chad, Simple Man, and me and Hard Target talk pretty regularly, but Simple Man's like, dude, let's do something. And Chad said the same thing, and there's been other people that said the same thing. So yeah, it'll happen. I don't ever push it really like I should. People say, dude, you're an idiot for not. I'll tell this story. All right. I was real tight with DMX. Real tight with DMX. And I called a buddy of mine that's in Nashville that owns a big distribution company. We were talking. He's like, get out of here, bro. And he goes, well, tell him to call me so I can do his distribution. I said, he'll call you within an hour.
Was that Sonny?
No, it wasn't Sonny. It was Ken over at the time was 1R Ken. And Ken was joking, you know what I mean? And so DMX's people called him within like 30 minutes. But everybody's like, bro, get DMX to do it. But I was like, I don't really feel like I'm not his friend for the music. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, it's more of a sharing Jesus and having conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's more what it is. And so yeah, like there's been opportunities that I've had, and I just, I guess I let them slip through. I don't know. He would have done it too. I know he would have, but it is what it is, man.
Now you met or had a conversation with New Breed back in the day, correct?
So when where New Breed lived in Lakeland, I lived in a little town called Wauchula, which is like 40 minutes from Lakeland. Okay, and rehab, we started popping off again, and I was living in Wauchula, and New Breed had been sending me music, and he's like, "Hey, bro, like, do you know, like." Not like he definitely wasn't begging or anything like that. He's like, "Hey, have you ever heard my music?" And I'm just being honest at the time. And I said, "Send me some stuff," and it was really dope. And I was like, "Bro, I'm just getting into the rehab thing." I was like, "I can't really help any artists now." It's like, "Bro, your music is really good." I saved the message, and I said, "Your music is really good." And we would talk back and forth. He would send me stuff. He's like, "Man, I just know I've got good stuff, and one day it's gonna happen." I was like, "Bro, I believe in you." But at the time, like I went from being with a record label, it totally failing, to being in rehab. And what I'm saying? I'm just starting out. Well, then that song popped off. And I say this today, if rehab went on tour with them, rehab would probably be opening for them. It's just and you look at that text message, him asking, you know what I'm saying? You never know who is, what if I'd have been like, "Bro, man, dude, I ain't got no time for you, dude. Chill out, dude, with all that crap." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm no, bro, I would never be like that. And I don't even know if New Breed remembers all that. I still have the messages though, and so it's funny how people's life can change like that, bro.
Did you talk to him at the festival?
No, I didn't. No. If I don't really know people, I really I'll say hey or whatever, and I kind of keep it, just keep it moving. Yeah.
You should have said something. I'd introduce you to him.
Yeah, I know, man. One day I do want to talk to him about that and just, say how proud I am of him and where he was, bro. It's definitely a different place than he is now.
That's for daggone sure. Because in 2018 he was homeless.
He was his messages, bro, like if you're an artist, when he was sending me messages, you know where he was at. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just trying to get someone to hear him. He makes good music. It just no one has heard him yet. And I was actually like, "Hey, have you talked to this guy? This guy manages some artists. This, actually who maybe I'll leave that be. All right."
All right, so you did a song called "Rollin'."
Yeah. So, okay, this is another thing. Let me tell you about Rollin'. So I'm very pro-Trump. I don't know if anybody, whatever, it is what it is. I am. And but the song "Rollin'" has nothing to do with, obviously, Trump. But we actually drove by Mar-a-Lago, where he lives, and it's just a little tidbit that no one would ever know except for me. But I was like, we got to go by here. We got to go. Like, this is like, I throw things in videos that people will never know. But for me, I know it's like, this is my shout out, to Trump. And that day that we drove that car and we're driving through where he lives, I don't know if anyone's ever been over there, but seeing that, bro, like I literally was like crying because I was like, dude, this is so humbling. Like, I'm doing music, I'm shooting a video, we're driving by Trump's house, which is like my favorite president that I can remember, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like, man, I'm blessed. Like, no matter what happens in life, I'm blessed. Yeah, so.
All right. Well, we're going to check out "Rollin'." Here we go, folks. Let's get it.
Chevy with my 3 of a kin, and we rollin', rollin', rollin'. Yeah, we rollin', rollin', rollin'. Rollin' through the city with my dreads in the wind. Drop top Chevy with my 3 of a kin, and we rollin', rollin', rollin'. Yeah, we rollin', rollin', rollin'. Cruising down the interstate in my 6'4", gliding through the city with them kill yourself doubles. I'm a dead man riding, riding. That man riding, yeah. Look at that drip, look at that lean, look at that, know what that means. Say what they want to, keep it 100, 001 in the front. Cocaine in the guts, that body Johnny Cash. I'm on my blood. Rolling through the city with my dress in the wind. Drop top Chevy with my 3 of a kin. And we rollin'. Yeah, we rollin'. Rolling through the city with my dress in the wind. Drop top Chevy with my 3 of a kin. And we rollin'. Yeah, we rollin'. Me no lust money, me no love money. Love money is the root of all evil. I used to have dreams, evil Knievel. Just stunning on these people, peeping through the people. How you make that money, how you break that bread, how you bake that dough. Different mind frame, had money on my mind till I had a migraine. It's a dang shame though. Grind to the grizzy to the grind. Grind to the grizzy to the grind. Rewind into time, I will shine, but until then, you can get bent. I know it don't make sense. Rolling through the city with my dress in the wind. Drop top Chevy with my 3 of a kin. And we rollin'. Yeah, we rollin'. Rolling through the city with my dress in the wind. Drop top Chevy with my 3 of a kin. Then we rollin'. Yeah, we rollin'. Rolling through the city with my dress in the wind. Drop top Chevy with my 3 of a kin. And we rollin'. Yeah, we rollin'. Rolling through the city with my dress in the wind. Drop top Chevy with my 3 of a kin. And we rollin'. Yeah, we rollin'. Rolling through the city with my dress in the wind. Drop top Chevy with my 3 of a kin. Then we rollin'. Yeah, we rollin'.
Hey, boss, I just parked my car, drooling all over my leather.
Yeah,
I'll take it from here.
I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, isn't that my watch right there?
Nice. What year is it?
Was that a rental?
Yeah, for sure. And we couldn't find a 6.4, so we had to get like a different year. That's why the end he's like, it ain't no 6.4. But it was hilarious, bro, because we shot all those videos we shot in a week. The Gator one, that one, the Fonty, all those videos, and so I couldn't shoot that the next day because I had salmonella poisoning. So I was like, I hope I don't crap in this dude's Camaro going down the road or something. But nah, bro, that day, like it was like it's in Florida, it was hot, but it was so perfect, bro. Like I was like, man, like God's shining his light down on us because it is like just perfect weather for this video.
Do you think you get judged a lot because of your dreads?
Yeah. On the other end, yeah, I get judged a lot on my dreads, but it's funny.
People think you're a stoner.
Yeah. So the reason I have these dreads is a weird story. That one time in Florida, there's this place called the Ocala Forest, and they call them rainbows. I don't know why they call them rainbows, but they're hippies that live in the forest. And like the church had been trying to reach out to these people in the rainforest, or not the rainforest, the Ocala Forest, but they're like don't want nothing to do with them because these people I'm talking about like are on another level of dirty. They just are. It is what it is. They like, And I was like, man, and people were talking about how bad these people were, and I was like, I'm gonna grow my hair out with dreads, and I'm gonna show them like not everybody is trash. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you can learn a lot from not judging people. And usually when people meet me, they're like, "Oh, dude, I thought you were way different. You're not nothing like I thought you would be." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool, man. I've been guilty of the same thing." So
that's why they say you never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes, but yeah, that's true.
What is your favorite song that you've done to date?
To date, probably the song that's getting ready to come out. I wish you could play it. I would email it to you, but there's no video for it. That one's I really like it a lot. And I don't know, man. It's hard. I love Dope Boy Country. I love Barstool is another one that I really like. That's a deep song that me and D-Ray, who wrote Somebody Save Me by Jelly Roll, wrote this song together, Barstool.
What's the meaning behind it?
Someone that was an alcoholic, and it's like, hey, man, he's realizing, like, if I don't cut this out, like, I'm going to die. This is, like, going to kill me. You know what I mean? But it was like, it's so hard for him to let go of this addiction, you know? And I went to D-Ray with a hook idea. And by the way, shout out to D-Ray. He is incredible at writing. But I was like I said, he wrote with Somebody Save Me, you know what I mean? Helped write that. And I said, I got this idea, and we just came together and made it work. And yeah.
All right. It's funny that you said Barstool because that was the next one I was playing.
Oh, nice.
All right, folks. Barstool is my tombstone. Let's get it.
This bar stool is my tombstone. Embalmed each night with the blues. My heart misses you, but it beats on to the sound of the jukebox tunes. I know all that loose change that I put in that machine probably doesn't make sense to you, but it's the only way to make believe and take away the misery. So what do you expect me to do? I'm embalmed with blue. They say this pain just fades away. I say I don't know if I can make it through today. I'm about to break, it's all that I can take. Waking up, cold sweats, no rest with the shakes. Going through withdrawals, didn't know the cause, but all along there was writing right through on the wall. If anybody tells you I'm living, my condition will prove them wrong. I'm just a step ahead of that long black car, and this bar stool is my tombstone. This bar stool is my tombstone. Embalmed each night with the blues. My heart misses you, but it beats on to the sound of the jukebox tunes. I know all that loose change that I put in that machine probably doesn't make sense to you, but it's the only way to make believe and take away the misery. So what do you expect me to do? I'm embalmed with blue. Sometimes I drink just a little too much. Sometimes it eases the pain. Most of the time I get lost in my thoughts. The wars that I fought were in vain. I tried to explain, but you wouldn't listen. Now I'm so addicted to drinking through memories. Slowly it kills me. The faster the bottle is emptied, the harder it can splinter. If anybody tells you I'm living, my condition will prove them wrong. I'm just a step ahead of that long black car, and this bar stool is my tombstone. This bar stool is my tombstone. Embalmed each night with the blues. My heart misses you, but it beats on to the sound of the jukebox tunes. I know all that loose change that I put in that machine probably doesn't make sense to you, but it's the only way to make believe and take away the misery. So what do you expect me to do? I'm embalmed with blue.
Another powerful message.
Yeah, and
Timeless classic music.
I want to say that my grandpa always had that idea of some of that Barstool is my tombstone, but my grandfather passed away, and so we finished writing it out. You know what I mean? And my grandpa was talented. Hey, somebody asked if that was my vehicle. No, justice. It was not. It was a rental. That's why at the end I couldn't make people. I'm just like that. I was like I had to pretend at the end it was a dream because that is not my vehicle. And then if you watch closely in that last video, when I walk over to the jukebox machine, I'm playing Rehab sitting at a bar. Just another tidbit that no one will ever notice but me.
When did your grandfather pass?
He passed away probably 9 years ago. And he was a talented artist and songwriter, but he was his own worst enemy, man, you know, just to be honest.
So it runs in the family.
Yeah.
As far as music wise.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait.
No. I'm talking about you being an artist, and you said he was a talented songwriter and an artist.
And my mom's an artist too. She's got some really dope songs.
Yeah, I seen it. You did a song with your mom.
Yeah. I wish we never did shoot a video for that, but that's probably one of my favorite songs. I wasn't a great. I'm not a great singer now, but I'm saying I wasn't even close to singing melody wise, and I wish I would have gotten better. Moccasin Creek, what's up, man? But that's one of my favorite songs, Divorce, because that song is true from the beginning to the very end, 100% true all the way through. Like every word of that is true.
What's the name of the song again?
It's called Divorce. D-I-V-O-R.
That's right. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
So what's the reason? What's the meaning behind that one?
Just like the song says, I came home from school. I was raised in church in second grade. It was Christmas break. I asked Santa Claus for a Ninja Turtle pizza throwing machine. I get home to talk to Dad to tell him. I'm so excited. I run in. I'm like, Dad, listen. And my dad's like sobbing. I never seen my dad cry. And I was like, Dad, I talked to Santa Claus today. And then he tells me we're getting a divorce. And bro, it was like, it wrecked me, dude. You know what I mean? Wrecked me.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know exactly what you mean by that one. I just seen it. Where did it go? There we go. Divorce featuring my mom, Sherry White, and Danny Boone. This song is 9 years old?
Yeah, bro.
Wow. Does your mom still sing?
Yeah. She does bluegrass. Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You have any plans of doing a song with her in the future?
Yeah, I want to do one. We're talking about it's time to do another one. So
all right. Well, here's Divorce featuring Jericho and his mom.
Last day of school, Christmas break, and even Santa Claus came to the classroom. I wanted to go home and play with my sisters, hug my mom and let her know that I missed her. Dad's on the sofa, scoot over. Dad, I talked to Santa Claus today. He said he's working on a Ninja Turtle pizza thrower. You ever seen a grown man cry? I'll never forget the tears that poured from my father's eye. Hunched over, me and your mom ain't gonna make it. Dad, quit playing. What are you saying? Your mom, she's leaving me. No, Dad, it's Christmas time, plus we family. I never heard about divorce, cause every Sunday morning we was on the front row of the church. But I heard him preach of an angry God. I'm like, Lord, what did I do wrong? Jesus, please don't be mad at me. And whatever you do, don't take away my family.
I understand, son. The truth is, I failed you. and I want you to know I am so sorry. Wish I could go back and take the pain away. Wish I could go back and make those better days. Solve every problem, heal every wound. God knows I cried right along with you.
Of the past we was dreaming, and if we could see in the future, I'm sure even my mama would have left louder, kicking and screaming, cause we was living in a motel, not the hotel, far from the Holiday Inn. Big city, just trying to make amends, and you never know how much it hurt seeing my mama drive a bicycle to work. For what it worth, she was on her grind. She prayed so much she nearly lost her mind, and I didn't think I could face it. Seeing my mom and my sisters move downstairs into that basement, I wanted to kill myself. Looking back, I was crying out for help. And mom, sometimes I know it seems so hopeless. You would've worked 6 jobs to keep your kids from being homeless. And mom and dad, sometimes our personalities wrestle. Forget a house in my heart, I built y'all a castle. In my mind, nothing ever went wrong. We all live together in a happy home.
Wish I could go back and take the pain away. Wish I could go back and make those better days. Solve every problem, heal every wound. God knows I cried right along with you.
And they would talk about my daddy, and they would talk about my mama. I was just a young kid, I didn't need all the drama. And mom and dad, I don't blame y'all for a messed up childhood. I understand that y'all did the very best that y'all ever could. And now with my past and childhood, finally now I'm at peace. Cause joy don't start in this world now, it comes at my Savior's feet.
Wish I could go back and take the pain away. Wish I could go back and make those better days. Solve every problem, heal every wound. God knows I cried right along with you.
Man. Whew.
Woo, it's been a minute since I heard that.
That gets you up in your feelings real quick.
Yeah,
Your mom's got a beautiful voice.
she does, man. She's awesome.
Now, is your dad still living?
My dad is still living. He just don't sing. I got Danny to sing that part for me.
Are you still in contact with your dad and everything?
Yeah, I talk to my mom and dad constantly. That's one thing I'm always gonna do. You know what I mean? Always. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes things just don't work out and everything happens for a reason. You know,
Bro, it is. You know, when you get older and you get married, you understand that people have you know, me and my wife, marriage is not easy. You know,
No.
I'm not easy to live with.
it's
And
the toughest job in the world.
bro, it is. And then but I just think about how divorce affects everybody. It's not just, you know, I'm talking about for the people who are like, I want to be with another woman or I want to be with another man and not having real problems. And they worry about their self rather than their children because it affects children for the rest of their life, dude. And, you know, and it affects the adults for the rest of their life as well.
It does.
Yeah.
For every action, there's a reaction.
Yeah, for sure. And then, you know, when you're younger, you know, I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have done, if I'd have cleaned my room more, I'd have, you know, stupid stuff that I couldn't help, but I blame myself as a kid that, when you get older, you're like, no, there were two adults that made a decision, and it's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? But I lived with a lot of guilt, bro, like for a long time over that. But it's you realize it's not you. People are.
Yeah, my parents were 5 when they got a divorce, and I thought my world was coming to an end. But
Yeah.
like you said, as you get older and you get married, you understand why.
I'll tell you a cool story. So I never did get the Ninja Turtle pizza thrower but like 25 years later, I'm giving a speech at this youth camp, and the kids are like, "Hey, the sound guy and the kids all got together, like, hey, we want to give you something." And I opened it up. It was a a classic Ninja Turtle pizza throwing machine.
Really?
And yeah, I have it up on my wall. Like dude, that really, I was like, wow, man, that's crazy, dude. Yeah,
So you finally got your Christmas present.
I finally got it, man. Yeah.
It's funny you say that. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So when I was 7 is when I found out the real story about Santa Claus. Came home from school. Said, "Mom, when are we going to decorate for Christmas?" My mom's raising 4 boys by herself at this time, and she kept putting it off. And it was a week before Christmas, and my mom called all of us down into the living room, and I was the youngest. Of course, all my older brothers, they already knew the real story.
Yeah.
And she told me about Santa Claus, and I was like, "You're lying. There's no way. You're lying."
That's devastating.
It is. So we had no Christmas tree, no nothing. No.
Man.
I ran downstairs Christmas morning. Still no tree, no ornaments, no presents. I'm like, I was bummed out.
Yeah.
And it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I hear this knock on the door. I open up the door, and there's this box that's 6 foot long, 4 foot wide, and 4 foot tall. And on the top, it had the Faust family. Inside the box was 2 outfits for me and my brothers, 3 toys, age appropriate,
yeah,
for all 4 of us, 2 outfits for my mom, a week's worth of groceries, an envelope with some cash in it, and a pre-cooked turkey.
Dang, dude.
On Christmas morning. And to this day, we still don't know who did it.
Wow, dude, that's cool, man.
That was my best Christmas ever.
Dude, that's awesome, bro. That's cool.
I don't know if it was the church, because the church parking lot was our front yard.
Yeah.
So we used to go over to the church parking lot and play a stick ball or kickball or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was the people in the church or it was our neighbors, but to this day, we still don't know who did it. And it was the best Christmas that I ever experienced.
That's freaking cool, dude. That's cool, man. You never know what people are going through, bro. And something, like we when we moved to Tennessee with me and my mom and my sisters, the church, we went to a church. It was really weird. It's called Abundant Life, but for some reason the pastor was really connected with musicians like Ricky. It was a small church, but Ricky Skaggs went there with us, Lulu Romans, like a bunch of the Hee Haw people, and somebody bought us Christmas one year, and because we wouldn't have had it, and like they went too far because it ruined the Christmases after that. They were never the same after that one, but it was awesome. But yeah, bro, that stuff like that is so that's cool. That's real cool.
Now, do you have a merch site?
I have merch. I try to ship it all from my house. When I was with Redneck Nation, I had a merch site, but I like shipping it from my house because I write a letter in every package that I mail out, a personal letter to someone, not like a Xerox letter, because it just means I know that merch is expensive nowadays, and some of us are struggling to do that. So when we do that, it's important that that people know. It's not like I don't want them to think some company's just throwing shirts out to them. I want to write them a letter of some sort, just tell them thank you. You know what I mean? So I try to do that. And if they go to my Facebook or Instagram and order stuff, I write a letter to them and you know, all that. Yeah.
And your Facebook is Jericho Stone?
Jericho Stone and or J Jericho Robinson, whichever one. But yeah, Jericho Stone is my music page.
All right. So this part of the interview, I got where I'm gonna put you in the hot seat.
All right. Oh boy.
I'm gonna ask you 30 questions.
All right.
Whatever the first thing comes to your mind, just answer it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This way, the people in the chat and your fans can get to know you better on a personal level.
Okay.
What's your favorite snack?
Shoot. Snicker bar, to be honest. Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite potato chip?
Regular Lay's.
Regular Lay's.
Yeah.
Favorite soda?
Zero. Coke Zero.
All right. Favorite fast food restaurant?
Checker fries, McDonald's hamburgers.
Okay. Favorite ice cream?
Shoot. Chocolate. Good chocolate.
All right. Favorite beer?
I don't drink.
All right. Favorite rap song of all time?
Holy smokes. Wow. Man. I have to come back to that. I don't know. Wow, that's a good one.
Favorite country song of all time?
Walk the Line by Johnny Cash or that one or Jamie Johnson. He's talking about a guy that's like relapsed, and I can't think of the name of it. He's like at wit's end. I have to think of the name of that song.
All right. What's your favorite mainstream artist?
Mainstream artist right now would man, I'm digging so far what Morgan Wallen has put out. Like I dig it. It's nice, something to ride to, something to chill to. Yeah.
Favorite independent artist?
Favorite independent artist is shoot, man. Go Hard Target.
Okay. What would be your favorite collaboration? It could be you or it could be two other artists together, whatever.
Like any artist?
Any artist.
I'd like to do something with Jelly Roll or OT Mexican.
He's dope.
I there's other artists I want to do stuff with that it's in the country rap thing, but I don't want anyone in here saying I'm stucking up or trying to get a, whatever.
All right. What's your favorite TV show present?
Don't have one present.
Favorite TV show of all time?
Breaking Bad.
That's a good one.
The most incredible show ever. Yeah.
Favorite comedy movie?
Dumb and Dumber.
All right. Favorite horror movie?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not the 70s one, but the one after that, like early 2000s.
Okay. Favorite action movie?
Rumble in the Bronx, Jackie Chan.
Wow. Favorite sneaker?
Anything that feels good. I guess Nike. Some Nike. I guess. Yeah.
What's your favorite sport?
MMA.
All right. Favorite college football team?
Florida Gators.
Favorite pro football team?
Used to be Dolphins when Marino was there, but I have to say Tennessee Titans now.
Okay. Favorite pro basketball team?
Shoot, man. Orlando Magic.
Favorite athlete of all time?
I hear he's a prick, man, but Dan Marino.
All right. Favorite hobbies?
Wait, athlete would be MMA, the Diaz brothers. Let me go back. Nick and Nate Diaz. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby is writing songs and spending time with my kids.
Favorite weapon of choice?
Um, 22. It'll give somebody a headache.
This one's easy because you already answered it. Favorite president?
Trump.
Trump.
Yeah. Reagan would be right after that, but yeah.
Favorite book to read to the kids?
Bible stories, just whatever one. And there's one about a rabbit they like.
Favorite things to do with the family?
We have a couple creeks in our yard, and we go out there and play in the creek and do our remote control cars and stuff like that.
All right. And this is for the ladies. Are you boxers, briefs, or commando?
Boxers.
There you go. Now you know something personal about Jericho.
But at Soul of the South Festival, by the night was over, I felt like I was wearing a thong. Those boxers were riding, bro.
It was hot. All right, before I let you go, I do have to ask you just one question. You were with Redneck Nation.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you get with them, and when did you leave, and why, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, so I was with Redneck Nation at the time. And this is as far as I know. I'm not trying to start no weird stuff, but Upchurch was there, and I think he was just about to start Creek Squad. I think maybe he did. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he was still with them. But they had like Bottleneck was over there, which is a talented artist. They had done a lot of things, and this is what I say about them. They were very kind to me, and they did well. They bought me 2 billboards in Nashville. Like as an artist, you're never really happy. You're never really satisfied. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, we shot all those videos. Dope Boy Country. We shot most of those videos in a week. It was like when we did Barstool, we left and we did Fonty the same night. Like we were just hammered. So they gave us a budget. They did it, and yeah, they were. Was everything perfect? No. But the reason I left is because a distribution company. I got a buddy I'm not gonna say his name, but is high up at a distribution company, and I would always send him artists. Like I'm like, bro, you need to check this dude out. He's gonna be the next big thing. And he was like, bro, you don't miss when you talk about artists. Like you're pretty right on. It's not just country, it's whatever, just any kind. And I just find people that's interesting to me. And I actually messaged him about Oliver Anthony. I still have the text messages before Oliver Anthony popped off, and he texted me. He goes, bro, I missed that one. I said, I know. Yeah. I was on it, bro. But anyways, he said, man, you should start a label. And I said, yeah, I'd love to start, 15 of them. Sure. And he goes, no, we'll help you. And so they've helped me start a label. And I want to make sure, and me and Coco got together, but we're not signing any artists. We're just trying to figure this thing out. We don't want to, get a bunch of artists and not do anything with them. You know what I mean?
Do you ever plan on signing artists?
Eventually, yeah, I want to. I mean, I definitely going to help Harley James out, and any artists that are in here, will y'all please give Harley James, hit her up for verses, hooks. She writes. She wrote that whole Mason Jar song. She wrote all that, every bit of it, like every single bit of it. I've never done that. I've never let someone write a song for me, but she knows me so well. I was like, all right, if I change anything, I'm being a butthole just to say I helped write this. Like she's great. Yeah. And anyway, so yeah, he offered me that. And so I talked to Bobby about it. And so like right when that was going on, the nuclear bomb hit with all the other stuff. Right. Mm-hmm. And so it just kind of transitioned like that. And it worked out for me. You know what I mean? It just worked out for me. What do you think about Post Malone? I think he's awesome, man. I hope he does well in whatever he does. But yeah, so it wasn't like that happened. I was like, man, I got to get out of here. I was already exiting before that even happened, and then it unfortunately happened. And like I said, I can, it's like if someone came to you about me, you'd be like, man, all I can say is what I know about Jericho, and he's been nice. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I can say. It just wasn't for me. They had done what they could do and what they said they was going to do, and it just wasn't. It just didn't work. All the way.
Well, here's a little food for thought. Since you do have a record label, and you said eventually you will start signing people. I do this show called The Rundown.
Yeah.
Possibly find some talented artists there.
And I pop in there quite often and check out people. But here's the thing: I feel like I've got to get myself situated to another level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can help other artists, but it's like if you were at the gym working out and this real built dude came to you and goes, "Hey, bro, here's what you're doing wrong." And me, right now, I'm not the most built person. And I said, "Hey, bro, you need to listen to me." You'd be like, "Dude, I'm not listening to you, dog. You got no way." So I need to get myself to a different standard before I can help out other people. But yeah.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Reactions in the chat.
Mr. Reactions, what's up, man?
Well, Jericho, I appreciate you coming on here. I know we were supposed to do this earlier, but some things that were out of my control. I hope everybody goes over to your website. Click in the description of this video. You will see Jericho's YouTube page. Click on it.
Yes.
When you go there, it'll go to the About section. It'll tell you everything about his bio. Where to go.
It. Add me on Facebook. I actually answer my messages. I conversate. If you want merch, I send it off to you. I write you a letter. Whatever. I'm very personable, easy to get a hold of, very easy to reach.
And you can also go to, let's see, where's it at? I just had it. Oh, here it is. You go to jerichomusic.com and it'll give you all of his links.
Actually, yeah, I think it will. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yep. His contact booking information, his merch, his Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pandora. If you just go to jerichomusic.com.
So, yeah, if you guys can just, I don't want to be pandering, but follow me on Spotify. Follow me on
everything.
Yeah, just anything is a blessing and it's a help and it's, yeah. But here, okay, while I'm on here, shoot, man, y'all are helping. I need a feature from Maycal, man. I'm saying it out loud.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna promise you, but I will definitely talk to him Wednesday because I'll be at his house.
All right, I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there. It's the one. It's the one. I got a song idea. It's the one.
Now I will tell you, his rules are he doesn't do features until he meets you in person.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to go to him or whatever.
No, we've met, we talk, but it's like I said, I feel weird even I'm like, I don't know, don't do that.
I'll bring it up to him.
All right.
I'm not ashamed.
Creeker Marie in the building. What's up? Y'all know Creeker Marie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Creeker Mariah?
I always say Marie. She's always correct. It's Mariah, yeah. She's done a couple interviews with me. She was like the first one when I left rehab that got with me and made it happen. So yeah.
Well, dude, like I said, I think you're a very talented artist. I think you're underrated. I think your numbers should be way bigger than they are. I'm definitely a fan, and I will definitely promote you and play your music more often on my live streams.
Thank you.
And hopefully we can make things happen. Like I said, I will talk to Adam on Wednesday and see if we can't get something for you.
Put it in the ear. Hey, real quick while I'm on here, I did talk to your boy Dirty at the festival, I want to say this to y'all on here real quick, and I want to give somebody their flowers. So I'm just being honest. I haven't listened to any of his music before. Simple Man shared a video of his, and it was the one of him, the last one he did recently, where he's laying down and he's like talking to God.
My Turn with Jesus.
Yeah, and I said, bro, I said,
Have you heard it?
yes. So
Okay.
I went up to him and I said, bro, I don't think Paramount Videos could have made a better video for you than as simple as that video is, and as the way you look in that video. There's no faking that. There's no like. It was so. I was like, bro, it's so natural. It's almost weird, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, incredible, dude. And so yeah, dude, I like that stuff right there that cannot be faked. Like that video, like when I saw that, I was like, bro, I know a million people like him almost. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, I know a dude that works down the store that does this, and that's him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so realistic, and I was like, bro, incredible, dude,
You know the
incredible.
backstory of that? You know the backstory of that song?
No, I don't.
So Eddie Robinson, who is the head producer of Outlaw Nation and their drummer, his wife's mom is in hospice.
Okay.
And his wife came to Dirty and said, can you write a song for my mom? She's given up on life. And he wrote My Turn with Jesus, and they were able to play it for her. She's still living. But yeah, his mom, Dirty's mom, wanted him to be a preacher growing up.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And he started singing at the age of 8. Him and his mom sang in the church choir, and he wrote his first song. And I told her, I said, well, God has answered your prayers. She's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean? I said, he is preaching. He's preaching through his music.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be on a pulpit to preach, because God uses it all
Bro.
in many different ways.
Bro, yes.
And he's preaching to his fan base through his music. His music is very, very powerful.
I know you got to go. I want to say this, what you just said. I told my wife this. I said, because, you know, like a couple Sundays ago, I preached at my church, which I'm thankful for. But I was like out on the road with rehab. I felt like I did more ministry than if I was a full-time pastor. I said, because after shows, people would come to me, and because I would always go out in the crowd after the show and hang out with people, and they would tell me their problems or issues. And I can't tell you how many people I prayed with out there on the road that had no, like they had no hope. And so many today that I'm still close with that are plugged into a church now and this and that. And I'm like, that at that time, that was my, like, I know for 100% fact that was my ministry. And it was pretty amazing, man. But people are like, oh, well, yeah, you should be. It's like, no, I know what God called me to do, and that's what I was supposed to do. And it was amazing, man. Opportunity.
Well, look at Jesus. Jesus ran with the drunks, the thieves, and everybody.
Right, exactly.
So, you know, I believe God picks the the sinners to relay his message to other sinners. That's what I believe.
And if, like I said, real quick, if we look at people in the Bible that God used, God never used anyone that had it all together. Ever.
No,
Never.
no, ever.
David was the littlest. Moses couldn't even speak. If you look at anyone he used in a powerful way, Paul was killing Christians. You can't get no worse than that, right? Murdering Christians. God uses the less than, and always has, and always will, and that's why I have so much hope in the Word of God, because He uses the ones that the world gave up on, and that's all of us in the chat, all of us, because none of us have it together. Thank God. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Jericho, it's been an honor and a privilege. I'm here for you. Anytime you need anything, just reach out to me. But I will be honest with you. I'm lazy when it comes to checking my social media. My wife was always getting on me. So if you follow my wife at Lori's World on Instagram, she will get me a message, because I am terrible at checking my IG and Facebook. It just
it's cool.
Working full time and doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have those other sites, but I barely get on them because
Yeah.
I'm focused on this or my regular job or my family. So
No, that's dope. Hey, and all the people in here, if you ask me a question, I didn't ignore it. You know, you're talking and you're trying to stay focused, and my brain can go everywhere. So, yeah, love you guys. Hit me up on social media. I'll talk whatever you want to do.
all right, folks, we got Jericho. Make sure you go check him out on YouTube. Go to Jericho.com and you can get all of his links. Dope artist. Should be way bigger than what he is. My brother, it's been a pleasure doing this with you. I will hit you up, I promise you, next week and let you know what Adam says, and we'll go from there.
All right, dude.
All right.
See.
All right, y'all know the deal. Stay strong, stay safe, stay blessed. Remember, this is not my channel. This is your channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a